What's up, y'all? It's your boy Carcino, and y'all been waiting for this video. I don't know why. This stupid argument comparing Floyd to Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, why? Why? But I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth right quick. Muhammad Ali went through the same thing that y'all doing right now to Floyd Mayweather. It was done to him with Joe Louis. Joe Louis was the greatest heavyweight of all time. Who is Muhammad Ali to say he's the greatest? You see? Everything, history always repeats itself. Muhammad Ali had to defend his career all the time. But see, I know this because I've researched this thousands of times before. And I'm older than you guys. And Ali was before my time. So just imagine how far he is of your time. And y'all calling Ali the greatest because that's what they tell you on TV. Yeah, I mean, the truth hurts, but it's the truth. Y'all don't know nothing about Muhammad Ali except for what y'all saw in that movie with Will Smith. But let me be honest and tell you about him. Because y'all got mad at Floyd Mayweather for making an opinion. And blood, you gotta stop being hypocritical. You blast people on YouTube for getting mad at you for making an opinion. Then you get mad at Floyd Mayweather for making an opinion. It's his opinion on what he thinks of himself. So how is his opinion gonna be wrong? It's his. It's what he feels. It's what he thinks. Now, let's go into Ali's career. You were right. Ali did start his career in 1960, and he fought in 81. Yeah, 81. So what's that? 21 years. So he fought 21 years. Now, was his career like Floyd Mayweather's? And you think his career was better than Floyd Mayweather? Just in a different era, buddy. It was just in a different era. Because I tell you right now, Muhammad Ali fought maybe, I'm going to say, 10, maybe 11 really good fights. And that's going to shock a lot of people. He fought maybe 10 real good fighters out of all his 56 victories. Or whatever, 60 some odd fights. I'm serious. Go to BoxRec right now. Pull up Muhammad Ali's record. And go through it. The first undefeated fighter he fought was a guy that used to stack tiles for a living. Boxing was something he did on the weekends. His name was Billy Daniels. Okay? They called him the Barber. Billy Daniels actually did pretty good in this fight before he was stopped. He got stopped by a cut that he got in the second round. But besides that, that was Ali's first real fight. He fought Archie Moore when Archie Moore had 200 fights. And that was back in 62. Only 2 years pro. And he fought the great Archie Moore when Archie Moore was at the end of his career. But he got him on his resume. The man was 184, 22 losses and 10 draws. He fought Henry Cooper in 63, and Henry Cooper dropped Ali in the 4th round, and then Ali came back and stopped him in the 5th. Now I'm gonna tell y'all, for those who didn't know what was going on at that time, Muhammad Ali became, and he was class as clay at the time, he was the hugest underdog ever going against Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston was a beast at that time, scaring everybody in the heavyweight division. He was plugged with the mob, gangster, terrified of Sonny Liston. Can't be stopped. The odds makers made that fight dramatically blown out of proportion of how he was going to kill Muhammad Ali. But if you looked at it and did the assessment of styles, Sonny Liston was slew-footed. He came in straight, throwing power shots, head down, and trying to bob and weave, but he didn't use a lot of head movement. He always was too confident in his power. Muhammad Ali, a classics player at the time, was too fast. One of the greatest natural boxers in history as far as natural God-given talent. Now that he was the greatest heavyweight to ever do that, to have natural ability to move and have that kind of speed and that size. It was a total mismatch for him to fight Sonny Liston. But give him that fight with Liston. Then he fought Floyd Patterson. When Patterson was at the end of his career, he beat him. Then he beat George Chuvalo. Chuvalo was done at that time. He was 34-11-2. Then he fought Henry Cooper again. And Cooper again at this time was 33-11. Brian London 35-13. Carl Mecklenburg, his father was a former Nazi over in Germany in Hitler's regime. And of course people over there, he fought all his fights over there in Germany. People were scared that Mecklenburger's dad would have had them killed. So they would call the fight a draw even when he was getting destroyed. So Ali went and beat him up. Knocked him out in 12 rounds. I mean, the bum list goes on and on. Cleveland Williams. Cleveland Williams he's decent, but no. He wasn't. He's ESPN too. You know, that's how we could classify him. Ernie Terrell, a good boxer. He was 39-4, but he was clearly out his league. He didn't have any power whatsoever. But he lost. Ali was blazing him out. And in his last fight before they stripped him was against Zora Folley. Against Zora Folley, after he beat him, that's when he was gone for 3 years. And he came back and he fought Jerry Quarry. And you could see Muhammad Ali, the one we all knew, was gone. Even though he stopped Quarry in 3 rounds, Muhammad Ali wasn't Muhammad Ali no more. His legs were gone. He was not the same type of fighter. And he fought that Bula Vela, whatever his name, was 46-6. He lost. And here it is, the second undefeated fighter he's ever faced in his life. Joe Frazier. He lost. So this was the first real competition he didn't have since he didn't won the title from Sonny Liston. And what happened? He lost. Then he fight good old Jimmy Ellis in his comeback fight. Now he lost to Frazier in 71. Okay. Now he's fighting Jimmy Ellis in 71 after he just lost the title. Everybody thought he fought Frazier again like immediately and they had the rematch. I'm going to tell you what happened. He fought Joe Frazier 3 years later. He fought Jimmy Ellis, who was a 10-round fighter, and he'll give you a good fight. But Jimmy Ellis is a 10-round fighter too. He's decent. So anybody gonna sit there and tell you, man, Jimmy Ellis was cold. Jimmy Ellis wasn't. Jimmy Ellis was durable. He was a good win. He was ESPN fighter too. Don't let them blow smoke in your ear about Jimmy Ellis, because they've been reading some stat sheets. He was a 10-round fighter, and they put him in a 12-round fight with Ali, and Ali stopped him in 12. But he wasn't durable enough. Buster Mattis Sr., who had a good style, bobbing and weaving, going side to side, could not deal with Ali. Okay, you want to say that's a fight, put him down for that one. He fought him. He fought another bum named Blinn. I'm not even going to go through his record. Mac Foster, bum. He fought George Chuvalo again, who's at this time is 66-17. Jimmy Ellis just beat this bum to get the fight with Ali, and now this bum is getting another fight with Ali in 72. What this bum do to get the fight? Nothing. Here we go, Jerry Corey again, who's 43-5. He gets knocked out again. What a surprise! Another bum. Alvin Lewis, another bum. Floyd Patterson, we thought he was retired. Oh, this was his last fight to retire him. He's 55-7-1. And he retired after 7 rounds, and Floyd Patterson never fights again. Walkaway fight. Bob Foster, another fight that he won, but you could put him down. Bob Foster really wasn't a true heavyweight. He was a small guy that moved up to heavyweight, but he had good power in his skinny frame. But he knocked out Bob Foster. You know, he's supposed to knock out Bob, but we'll give him credit for that. Bob Foster was a real fighter. Heavy hand Joe Bergner. Joe Bergner, 43-4, one draw. I mean, Ali did his job, got a decision there. I guess you can credit him for that one as a fight. Dude had heavy hands, but he wouldn't have made it to no prime time. Then Ali fights Ken Norton, 29-1 in 1973. And what happens to him when he fights Ken Norton? He loses, broken jaw. He comes back and fight Ken Norton again in a rematch in the same year, and they give him a split decision victory. And if anybody watched that Ken Norton fight in the first and second fight, the second fight he beat him worse than he did in the first fight. And then they gave the fight to Ali. Then Ali beats another bum named Rudy Lubers. I can't make that up. Then he finally rematches Joe Frazier in 1974, 3 years later. Why did it take you 3 years to get a rematch with Joe Frazier? Can anybody answer me that? Then he fights George Foreman. And this is the fight that everybody claims Muhammad Ali is the greatest fighter of all time because of this George Foreman fight. Don't lie to me. Don't tell me about no Thriller in Manila. Don't give me none of that garbage. It's because of George Foreman. This one fight in Zaire that he beat a guy who can't even box. All he was a slugger. And he was knocking people out. Muhammad Ali was bigger than him, had a longer reach, and he had better boxing, natural ability to tire George out and knock him out. Ever since then, George has had problems fighting guys and was getting knocked down when everybody just let him swing and tire himself out. Hey. Next, we Chug Weltner, 30-9. He even, we remember that. He dropped Ali. That was his only claim to fame. Ron Lyle, the man who had Ali beat and lost in the 11th round, had Ali beat on the cards. Joe Bergner, won't go him. The Thriller in Manila in 75. Then, of course, some more bums. Jimmy Young was good. Richard Dunn's a bum. He fought Norton again for the 3rd time. Norton beats him up, and they give the fight to Muhammad Ali. Unbelievable, right? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Ken Norton never lost to Muhammad Ali. All 3 fights. Oh, and this what kills me, Ernie Shavers. When Ali fought Ernie Shavers, are you telling me that was the same Ernie Shavers he was? He had never fought Ernie Shavers before. None of this. All these fights was going on. When he's fighting these bums, he could have fought Ernie Shavers. He fight Ernie Shavers when Ernie Shavers is 1 foot in the grave. Then he fights Leon Spinks and lose, who was only the 3rd undefeated fighter he's ever faced. Then he lost to him. So he fought what? He beat 1 undefeated fighter early in his career, lost to 2 undefeated fighters, then came back and fought the same guy, Spinks, and beat him when he was 7-0 with one draw. Guy beat you was 6-0 with 1 draw. Then, like I said, I don't even want to count the Larry Holmes fight, because at this time, like I said, he had became what what Archie Moore was when he beat him. So you tell me Go to BoxRec, check it out, and you look at that record and say, wait a minute, this guy was the greatest of all times? Now you see, you could do that with everybody's record if you don't know what's going on. Now I just sat there and told you what went down and how it went down, and you gotta ask yourself, was he ducking? Why didn't he rematch Frazier right away? He didn't get no rematch with Frazier. Why was they waiting all that time for? Why was he fighting all them bums? He could have been fighting them. He could have fought Ernie Shavers then. He never beat Ken Norton, even though he kept getting his hand raised. So, I mean, was he really the greatest of all time? Or y'all just saying that? Holla at me, blood.